and welcome to Community Views, Community Voices. I'm your host, Trisha Crisa Valencia, and on this program, we're going to bring you an inside look at outstanding television programs, services, and activities offered by Create TV San Jose. The goal of our show is to introduce you to a lot of the interesting people who work and volunteer here at Create TV, and to introduce you as well to our members and producers. Today I'm going to be talking with Brianna Gilbert, who is a Create TV board member and chair of our Public Relations and Outreach Committee. So she has a lot to tell us about what's going on in the future here at Create TV. And I'll also be talking to two local television program makers who are really passionate about producing their programs that are here in the city of San Jose, Heather Durham and Gary Shera. Heather is the host of SV Tags, which started production this year, and Gary is the host of Minding Your Business, which has been on public television since 1996. Well, we're going to be keeping you informed about the many exciting services, classes, and volunteer opportunities here at Create TV as well, and also how you can get involved. But now I am delighted to welcome Jody Starbird and Phil Cornish, who are with the Friends of Guadalupe River Park and Gardens, which is one of Create TV's nonprofit member organizations. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. So first I wanted to start off by asking, what does it mean to be a member organization of Create TV? We're so excited to highlight, this is the first time we've highlighted a member organization.
Well, we haven't taken advantage of all you have to offer yet.
You're here,
yeah,
you're on the show.
this is part, this is it. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of the equipment that you have and touring the facility. This will be a great piece for us to add to our website, and I'll be attending your annual meeting next Wednesday, and I'll get to meet a lot of the other member groups. So we're looking forward to just learning more about this new organization and taking advantage of all you have to offer.
Cool. Well, we are super excited to have you on the show today because you are just such an amazing model for other nonprofit organizations, both in terms of the work you're doing in the community, which is deep and just so rich, and then also the way that you are using media and new media and community engagement with your work. So I want to talk with you about both of those things today. Jody, I was hoping you could start off by telling us just briefly, what is your organization?
Our organization is a Friends organization. It was started in 1995 when two different groups converged to help create what we call the Central Park of San Jose. That really is what the Guadalupe River Park and Gardens is. And it's been a collaboration over many years, putting lots of different groups together, both corporate groups as well as community groups, to help fund this wonderful park and something that's very important to San Jose.
So if someone were new to San Jose and they said, so where is this park? What's the answer?
The answer is it threads along the edges of the Guadalupe River through downtown. It begins at 280 and it ends at 880. So it's about a 3-mile linear stretch. And there's trails throughout all of it. It's great for running, biking. We have a huge commuter group that uses the trail for commuting between downtown and North San Jose. So it's there. It's got great east-west connections. We'd like them to be better so that folks know where we are from downtown and also from the Rose Garden, Shasta Hanshid areas. So we're working on our visibility. We'd like that to be a really big point that we take forward in the future. But yeah, we're there, and there's just so many great things. We have the Children's Discovery Museum is included within our park, Arena Green right next to the arena and the carousel that's there, and we've got great plans for our gardens area. So yeah, it's very exciting and it's a lot of fun.
And I know you all do a lot of educational programming around the environment and nature. Can you tell me what some of those programs are?
Yes, we do. We do field trips, I think, Phil, for between 3,000 and 4,000 students a year. That come into our park, and we have an education coordinator, and they do things that are based on the state standards within the river and the environs that we have there, because a lot of kids these days don't get outside a whole lot, and we used to be able to traipse through creeks and things when we were kids, but that's just not the case anymore. So it's a really great opportunity to have these kids get out into nature and get an educational kind of piece that goes along with that.
Oh, that's wonderful. And one other thing, there are several things about your organization that I noticed on the website, which we'll talk about in a bit, but I noticed you also have a community garden.
Yes.
Can you talk about what is a community garden, who can be involved in it?
Right. We do. We have a community garden. We had our official grand opening about a month and a half ago. It was a wonderful, again, collaboration with state agencies as well as local agencies to put it together. And it's the first, we believe, in the state to use recycled water.
Oh, how cool.
So if you sign up to get a box within the community gardens, you have to go through a training process in order to learn to use the reclaimed water. And gosh, the response has been incredible. I think we have a waiting list of 100 people waiting to get boxes in our next phase. So you can go in and plant your box and plant your vegetables. And
that's such a gift in an urban community where folks may not have space at their own homes or their apartment buildings.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
So
So yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful, garden and amenity that we have within the River Park and Gardens.
Great.
Yeah.
I want to ask Phil something about the educational component, because on the website I noticed there were things I expected, like walking trails that you can download, and there were curricula for teachers to check out, but it was a much deeper website than that in terms of what all was available, and just a really great new media plan. So I noticed that you're using Flickr, you've got photography going on there, you've got can you tell me more about some of the features that the website has that are for educational purposes?
Yeah, so one of the things you'll find on there is a bird count. It's a Christmas bird count. It's done in partnership with the Audubon Society. So first of all, just check that out. You'll be amazed by what's out there. But it doesn't end with birds. This really is like a natural oasis in the middle of an urban environment. So I just heard reports of perhaps a fox family living in Guadalupe Gardens, but and I just left a field trip where the kids were doing water sampling in the river, and I looked down, and in a box of water there was a crawfish. So I mean, there's turtles, snakes, fish. The reason the flood control project was built the way it was is because there's actually salmon and trout in the river. So we do have a wildlife section on the website, but I created a Flickr group called Guadalupe River Park and Gardens, and I threw in a couple pictures that we had, and then I went searching, and this is an interesting little thing. You have to do a search for Guadalupe River San Jose, because there's also a Guadalupe River in Texas.
Okay.
So if you throw the San Jose in there, there's like over 700 pictures from who knows how many different people.
That folks have tagged on Flickr, and
Yeah.
you were able to aggregate them on your site?
Well, yeah, so they're not all part of that Flickr group, but what I did was I went through and I invited everyone to join the group, and whenever they take new pictures, throw them in there. So there's some cool things you can do. You can embed a little slideshow. There's a screensaver you can download.
I noticed that. So these really beautiful images of our own neighborhood park and river, and it could be the desktop for your computer. And you also had, there's a blog section on there, and I noticed there were podcasts, educational podcasts about what's going on. I mean, you can follow you on Facebook, and Twitter. I mean, you really...
A lot of it's new. We've been doing Facebook and Twitter for less than a year. Obviously, Twitter is microblogs, so an example of something is the storms that happened about a week or two ago. We went ahead and we just Twittered saying, we never thought we'd say this, but don't come to the Guadalupe River today because the trails are underwater. And then we kind of just post these little updates there.
Right.
To do something a little longer, we have a blog where we can put a picture. An example of something we put on there was, it was kind of sad this past Easter. This happens all over. There was a bunny rabbit abandoned in front of our office, and we let him come in, and he was a cute little guy, and he was super friendly, and he's now our mascot. He lives in our office. So we took pictures, and we wrote a blog about, hey, look what happened, shame on whoever ditched him here, some parents who thought it would be cute to get a rabbit for Easter, and then they just leave him by the side of the road. But he's been a tremendous attraction in the office. We also have a bunch of other animals that are really interesting to kids when they come in.